Do you ever wonder how graphic designers make those mythical looking posters that look like they're straight up out of a movie? I designed this poster with just Photoshop, and I'll show you exactly how I did it. Okay, what's up guys? My name is Pate. I'm a graphic designer. I've been designing for over 5 years now, and I'm basically going to deep dive into everything I did to make this poster. I'm going to go over all the layers, all the techniques, everything I did to achieve this here effect. And yeah, I think if you're new to graphic design, or if you're a complete beginner, or if you've been designing for like over 10 years or whatever, more than me, I think you'll still find it to be insightful, and I hope that you get something out of it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, here we are in Photoshop, and I'm just going to go ahead and put in my image. So here we go. We got this mythical looking like architecture, this little house right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove the background here. So what I'm going to do, there's lots of ways you can do this. You can do quick selection tool, you can do lasso tool, there's lots of options, but for this in particular, I think I'm going to go with the quick selection, which is probably the easiest. So just go ahead and select it. You just hold down like your cursor and select everything you want to select. It's very easy. This is hard, but yeah, boom. Okay, select, inverse, backspace, bam, there you go. Command D, Command T, and size that shit up, buddy. So yeah, I think this is like the size I want it. Oh, that looks good. Okay, cool. Bam. Alright, there we go. Looks good, looks good. Alright, looking pretty sweet. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with the brightness and contrast. That's the first thing I do. So I want it to be kind of glowing, so I always kind of like to put the brightness up a little bit. It just kind of gives it that like cool, like almost 3D, like mythical glow effect. And boom, that looks good. So check the difference. Boom, 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 boom. That's how we go. Boom, merge down. There you go. Now it's one layer. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with the saturation. So what I'll do is I'll use a saturation slider. So here's, if you don't know color theory, no saturation is basically black and white. Oversaturation is this. Very colorful, very loud, but it's kind of distracting. So you kind of want to be somewhere here. I'm at like plus 50. And then if you want to completely distort your colors, you mess with the hue. And whoa, I actually do enjoy this. This is pretty cool. This reminds me of some like like witchcraft, wizardry sort of vibes, and I'm kind of digging it, so I like this. I think you know what, let's do two options. So I'm going to duplicate this layer, turn it back on. Okay, this is the normal. I just like that for some reason. I enjoy this. So we're gonna run it. And we have our old one, just in case. But the layer's turned off. So boom, from there, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna posterize. What that allows you to do is kind of make it really distorted. But actually no, sometimes posterizing makes sense, but in this situation it actually doesn't make sense, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. And okay, next thing I want to do is I'm going to add some grain. This is something I like to do in all my posters. It makes it so much, it just makes it look so much better and so much cleaner, and it really makes a difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go filter, and you can only add filters on smart objects. So I'm going to go filter gallery, boom, here we are. So that's obviously not what we want, so I'm going to go to regular, and boom, check that out. Bam, look at that. So this is, if you can't tell here, this is looking really sweet. Or, if you want it to be softer, I think I prefer the latter. So we're just going to go regular, boom. Okay, let's try one more actually, let's see. I'll do enlarge, sometimes that looks cool. This is looking sort of like a haunted house sort of vibe here. But, we'll just press OK. I kind of still want to see how it looks, so we're just going to keep two options here, and see what we prefer. So bam, we got both options here. I'm going to add grain to both of them, so repeat this process, filter gallery. So yeah, that's cool too, you know, I like this, this one might be better if we contrast it, but you know, you don't want it to be too intense. So how does that look, chat? Let's see, soft, you know, and there's never a right answer, you know, that's the thing about graphic design is there's no right answer, it's all subjective, and it's really, there's a million things you can do in every situation, so it's, you kind of really have to have a good eye and good taste, and you know, you'll figure out what you like and what looks good, and that's like basically like 75% of the battle in graphic design. I mean, obviously you have to have technical ability and know how to do things, but you know, having an eye for what you like and what you want to use and what looks good is, you know, in my opinion, just as important as having technical ability. So yeah, boom, here's our two motherfrickin' mythical castle looking houses. And I still don't know which one I'm going to use, but that's okay. So from here, I think I need more background. So what I'm going to do is add another layer. I'm going to turn this off, and I'm literally just going to grab the brush tool. I'm going to look at, so this is like a darker vibe, so I'm going to make 2 layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my brush tool, I'm going to size it up, pretty big brush, and you want some, like, you kind of want this like airbrush effect. So let's see here what I got here, and you know, I'm just going to get, what is it, purple? So I'm going to get some purple, and I'm just going to freaking go crazy. So I'm literally just going to go, like, do some shit like this. Look at what I'm doing here, chat. And then, boom, okay. Grab another color, let's get darker here. Boom, it's some navy in there. Get in there, just do some stuff like this, you know? Get lots of colors. You want it. It's dumb ass. Lots of colors. Lots of colors, lots of colors, lots of colors. I'm going to get some black in there. I'm going to go black, 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 black. See, boom, get it everywhere. You don't want any freaking white negative space in here. See what I'm doing? I'm just literally going crazy. Look at my freaking mouse. Here, chat, look at this. Boom, I am going psycho mode here. I'm gonna grab another color. I'm gonna get some blue in this female dog boy. I'm gonna go crazy with the blue. See, I'm freaking psycho. I'm going nuts. Let's get some yellow, just a tad of yellow. Boom, boom. I'm cooking. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then look at that. Whoa, that's a crazy background, but it looks nuts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. Let's see, I'm going to go filter, and I'm going to go blur, motion blur. I'm goated. So, boom, okay. Bam, there's your background, but wait, it's too distracting, it doesn't look like background. Okay, that's fine. You know what we do is we can posterize that shit, and, you know, just get a little, like, more, make it a little more backgroundy, and then, you know, we can take the opacity, and boom. Bam, bop, beam. That's crazy. So yeah, chat, another thing is, like, you might say, that was pretty dumb of me to just go, like, do all that stuff right there, but it's fine. And, holy low res, guys, it's cool. Check this out. Isn't that swaggalish? Isn't that swaggy? I can wait, I can wait. That's interesting. Check me out. Put a filter on him. Yeah, gradient was what I needed. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I mean, I kind of like it with low contrast, dude, honestly. This actually looks way more mythical, to be completely honest. I like this fashion demon right here, and like, I don't know, what are we feeling? Kind of just like the random heads, like, just sort of vibe, like. Maybe they're like bodyguards or something. These are like the king and fucking, like. I like that, that's funny. Okay. Okay, maybe this is the king and these are his guards. Okay, now let's make this more, like, of the foreground. Merge the layer, and bam. Maybe this is what we want. Maybe we want this side to the other side. Looks pretty mythical without the heads. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, do I even need them? I like this as is. It's kind of a vibe. I don't know. I kind of like them small and, like, in the corner. I think it's just more fun and more realistic. This is pretty funny. They're really stretched out. I like it like this, honestly. I don't know, guys. I'm just effing around. It's kind of funny. I kind of want to put something there. Maybe like a little, like, mythical creature. Check this out. Okay, I think I'm feeling good. I think I'm good. I'm just going to do that, and bam! What the? This is so weird. I mean, I like it. I like the color palette. It's funny. I mean, it's a bit weird. It's kind of funny when they're just, like, really tiny. Honestly, don't hate it. Okay, I think I like this more. Okay, this is the final. It'll be better thumbnail anyways. Boom.